Tensions remain high in Brooklyn, which is home to a large Jewish community as well as a large Palestinian community.
Nearly 24 people arrested over the weekend following a pro-Palestinian rally in Bay Ridge. Joining us this morning is Brooklyn Borough President Antonio Reynoso to discuss what is being done to keep the peace. Borough President, good morning. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me again. Good morning.
Of course. So, Borough President, let's get into this. The clashes between police and protesters on Saturday came after a peaceful protest earlier in the day. This took place in your borough. Can you shed any light on when things got out of hand and what your overall thoughts are on it?
So far, it's under investigation. We have limited information as to exactly how it started, how it was escalated, and why the tensions got so high that the clash happened. So right now we're in conversations with the NYPD, and of course it will now be under investigation. And when those things happen, it's pretty quiet until we get information further in. But the tensions, I think, come from the obvious. I think people are really concerned about what's happening in Palestine and in what's happening in Gaza and Israel. And the geopolitical portion of it is a difficult thing to take on and really understand, but there's humanity in all of us, and I think what we're asking here is just that as many lives as can be saved. This should be our target and our goal, and I hope that people are aligned with that to some degree.
Yeah, and more protests are expected to take place. So is there anything being done in Brooklyn to kind of ease the tensions?
So far we've had conversations, and we definitely believe that whatever the protesters are seeing is how they react. The more riot gear, the more police, the more tension they see from the police department, they match that energy. So we're hoping is that we see protests that are more in line with what we've seen before the incident that happened in Brooklyn, where it was peaceful protests, which we would allow. So right now we're having a conversation with NYPD, and it's a tricky one. Because of the incident, now there's a conversation about more cops versus the tensions being able to be brought down and de-escalated with less cops. So it's a difficult thing to juggle. Yeah.
All right. I want to talk about other big news happening right now, and this, of course, is the city's new 60-day shelter limit for migrant families. That was news. Families expected to go into effect this week. What are your thoughts overall on the new rule, and how it will impact the asylum seekers who are still making their way to New York City as we speak?
It's a difficult thing to hear. I'm a huge proponent and supporter of the fact that the city of New York and the state of New York has a shelter law that allows for us to always have, everyone must have shelter. And to see this, it really concerns you, specifically with families, with children. We have huge issues on whether or not these kids are going to go to schools, are going to have to transfer to a new school. And just the uncertainty of it all doesn't help stabilize our situation. I think here in New York, what we're trying to do is stop just warehousing migrants, which is what it seems like we're doing, and start moving to making them a part of the fabric of New York City, whether it's jobs, getting them into schools, finding housing, just the overall care for them. And I'm concerned we're moving away from that again and just cycling them through, making it impossible for them to want to be in New York because and the switching, and they're discouraging them that way. So I think it's a tactic to discourage folks from coming to New York City.
I mean, isn't warehousing them exactly what would be happening at Floyd Bennett Field? What is the latest there?
Yes. So look, we need to find homes. We need to have a roof over their head. We need to have a bed for them to sleep in, and we need to feed them. Those are things that is a bare minimum as humans we should be doing. But then after that, filling out these asylum seeker applications, which we haven't done, we didn't do initially. And now, even though people have been here for 6 months or for a year, and in some cases a year and a half, they don't have work authorization because they never filled out the asylum seeker application.
Looks like we're having a little bit of trouble.
We weren't being proactive. We were just being reactive. And now they're going to be in our care for longer because we never got them that. So I just think that the foresight wasn't there to be proactive and start filling out those applications early on. And we might have, 2, 3, maybe 10,000 people ready to work right now. And we're starting that work now. But we should have done it when they first got here instead of thinking the federal government was going to show up and help us.
Are you worried that we're going to see more of a tent city like we see on the West Coast with this new rule?
I don't think so. Unfortunately, they will be told that they have to leave, and what's happening is just a revolving door. They literally leave and then are right back into the intake center that checks their status, sees their situation, and then they're right back into maybe Floyd Bennett Field, a situation, a hotel, or a homeless shelter. So all it's doing is disrupting people's lives for those days in which they have to get kicked out and come back in. And again, I think it's a discouragement by the city of New York for people to enter the system knowing there's no stability. And when there is no stability, maybe they go to another state, maybe they go upstate, maybe they go somewhere else. So I'm not a big fan of it.
Yep. Well, Borough President, we might actually finally have some good news about this weekend. We may not get rain, but we've had rain for 3 straight weekends. It's crazy. And some of those Brooklyn businesses, they're struggling to recover from the rain that we had, that torrential rain that we had 3 weeks ago. So what's being done right now to help those small business owners?
Well, I appreciate that. We were going to petition for all weathermen to get weather people to get fired is the first thing, because they're causing a lot of trouble every single week, and we're not happy about it. But look, the summer was a tough one. The last month and a half was very tough. We had a lot of outdoor events that were being planned in a lot of these business districts that bring about a lot of foot traffic that got canceled or were slowed down by the rain. And to be honest, it's very little we can do. But we are working with SBS and the Brooklyn Chamber of Commerce. And right now there's certain parts of Brooklyn in which we're looking to have a fund of some sort that businesses could come to should they need help and relief, specifically with flooding, not so much just general rain, but with the flooding. We're trying to put something together to see if we can give them services or assistance while they wait for their insurance or any relief from the federal government. So there's work that we're doing. It's a stopgap. It isn't enough money to fix the entire problem, but maybe it'll keep them, open for an extra week or two, or allow them to do basic maintenance before they can do the big work. So we're looking to be helpful there.
All right. Brooklyn Borough President Antonio Reynoso, appreciate you being here to talk about so many things happening in your borough. We'll see you next time, okay?
See you next time. Thank you so much.
Thank you.